And this is February 7th, 2019, and we're here in the showroom at Pelletier Ford for an occasion that will benefit the people in the St. John Valley, especially the senior citizens in this area. Among all the nice vehicles that are here in this dealership, all the attention today is being focused on the new Meals on Wheels transit van. And here with me is Joy Baresi-Saucier from the Aroostook Agency on Aging.
Hi, Don.
And Joy, what is the Aroostook Agency on Aging, and how does this van fit into what your work?
Yeah, the Aroostook Agency on Aging is a non-profit charity formed in the early 70s. It's the first big federal money that came out to help older people continue to live independently in their home. Started the agency, and from there we've grown over time. We offer over 20 services and programs to help older people and those that are disabled to live great, wonderful lives and stay living independently. And at our core, that's our basic mission, to help people to live independently and live high quality lives.
And how does the van fit into this whole living at home?
Yeah, you know, one of our biggest areas of focus within the agency is nutrition services, and we all know that everyone needs good nutrition to stay living well. So we have several nutrition services in our agency, including Meals on Wheels, but also dining centers, our senior food box program, and also just connection to other programs in the area. We help people make connections to services, whether they're from us or someone else, that can help them to stay living independently. So this van is just an unbelievable asset, a new asset to our agency, because in the valley, you may see us, you may see our van, or now you may see it more prominently. Our little van goes all over the place. It actually, in Madawaska, brings food to Frenchville and to Fort Kent, that's then distributed from there. It also, in the Madawaska area, delivers to homes. It also brings food from Holton, from some farmers in Holton, all the way up through the county, and distributing food along the way. So this van is pretty precious to us, and we're really excited about the sponsorships that we've received to make it possible.
Oh, I know you're not.
Well, Joy, thank you for all the work that you've done on behalf of the agency for the people in the St. John Valley and Aroostook County. Of course, it's special in the St. John Valley because that's where we are, and this van is going to be supporting all of these people.
It's really our pleasure to serve the St. John Valley and Aroostook County, and we thank the community for their support of their friends and neighbors.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So here with me is Steve Pelletier, the owner of Pelletier Ford. And Steve, how did you come about getting involved in this van project?
I got a phone call from Dottie and Joy, and we set up a meeting, and you know, they gave me their proposal, and I thought it was a great idea. So, you know, we've been working at this almost a year now. You know, the vehicle did take almost 6 months to come in. Typically, that's not the case, but it did give us a little extra time to raise funds, and you know, I think it's you know, personally I feel that, you know, I enjoy doing these types of projects, and you know, it's not our first one. I enjoy doing it because, you know, we give back to the people that support us, you know, and like, you know, especially like, you know, the older generation. I mean, you know, we could never duplicate what they've done for us. You know, there's no way that. So, you know, any chance we have, you know, especially for the elders and the seniors, and you know, just do everything we can, everything possible.
Well, certainly what we've seen today, the support from the community, and the seniors are a big part of the community, and you are.
They are, you know. It's like I said, what they've done for us, you know, in general, it's amazing, and you know, we didn't have to twist arms, you know, to get these donors to donate. You know, all we had to do was ask them once, and the majority of them had their checkbooks out, you know, ready to write a check. So, you know, it's almost amazing that we raised that much money.
Well, Steve, thank you for your leadership on this. This is a...
No, and I do have to say that I did get the project going, but I had a lot of key employees that, you know, brought it home. They're the ones that went to the donors, raised the money, you know, Steve Daigle was instrumental in this. You know, he spent a lot of his time working on this. Chris and Glenn and, you know, the whole crew. So I definitely don't want to take credit from them. I don't. But as a team, we got it done.
Well, you certainly did. And thank you again. And as you can see, inside the dealership, people from the community have gathered to see this wonderful van that is going to benefit this entire area.
All right, I guess we're going to get going here. Can everyone hear me? Everyone can hear me? I don't have much of a voice, but I'll do the best I can. I'd like to thank everyone for coming over today. It's a great occasion. We've been working on this for just about a year now, Joy?
Yes.
Close to it. It took about 6 months for the van to come in, so it's not like all our fault. But it was a great experience. I had never met Joy or Dottie. Or I didn't even know the agency existed before I met these two. But you know, they do great work, and it's for a great cause, and I'm very happy that, you know, we did what we did. So I'd like to thank all the sponsors, everyone on the back, on the side, the major donors, Daigle Oil, Plord Mono Doobie, and of course ourselves. So yeah, it's 2019 Transit. Hopefully it'll last you, you know, at least a couple 100,000 miles, and maybe we'll do it again. 4 or 5 years, right? So I'm going to present the keys over to Ken
Phelps.
Ken Phelps. He's the director, the chair?
The president of the board of directors.
There we go. President of the board of directors and the Agency of Aging, Aroostook Agency of Aging. So here are the keys to your new vehicle.
Thank you, Steve. This is the best time since my dad handed me the keys to the car for the first time. How about that? What a wonderful symbol this is of the spirit of the community. When I first saw the van with all the lettering, I realized the spirit of the St. John Valley is alive and well, isn't it? This represents people caring for another. And I think your generosity it speaks so well for the quality of the people that live here. On behalf of the agency, thank you for doing this. I do have some prepared remarks. I better not put this in my pocket. I better give this to our executive director here. I may leave you my old van and take this.
It's all right. We have another set if you lose them.
As he mentioned, my name is Ken Phelps, and it's a privilege to be the board chair for the Aroostook Agency on Aging. Before I share my remarks, I'd like to recognize the fact that the St. John Valley has wonderful, wonderful representation on the board of directors of our agency. And I'd like to acknowledge these individuals who represent you. Lorraine Redwine from St. David, Don Raymond from New Canada, here running the TV camera, George Dion from Grand Isle, Joanne Fortin of Fort Kent, right over here, and Ray Thibodeau of Sinclair. These folks are faithful. They make the long trip to Presque Isle for their board meetings, and they represent you very, very well. Also, we're honored to have our executive director of our agency with us today, Joy Baresi-Saucier. Just a few thoughts, if I might here. Good nutrition is a basic human need. And every day, many of our closest friends and neighbors need different kinds of support to get their nutritional needs met. The Aroostook Agency on Aging is a private nonprofit organization incorporated in 1973 with a mission of improving the quality of life, maximizing the independence, and promoting the well-being of older people in northern Maine. Our agency provides over 20 services and programs that help individuals get questions answered and find resources in their community, care for their loved ones, and stay well. One area of focus for our agency is nutrition services. We have Miss Nutrition Services with us today. And I'm going to introduce Dottie Sines, Director of Nutrition and Adult Day Services, to come share some words with us. Dottie?
Thank you. Thank you. I am totally blown away by the conviction, the work that everyone has done to make this van available to us. And let me tell you just a couple of things. This van is responsible for at least 2,500 to 3,000 meals a month. So that serves a number of people in a number of different situations. And I just want to share with you just how valuable this van is going to be by giving you a story of something that happened some years ago, but is not just an isolated incident. It happens often. One of our drivers, who happens to be here today, who does the well checks for people, not only delivering a meal, he has to go in and see the whites of the eyes or hear that person's voice to make sure that they're okay. This lady was not at home, and he knew that that was highly unusual because she never went anywhere because of a dementia. And so he went into the home announcing himself and did not find her. And it was in the middle of the winter. I think it was February. And so he trekked around the home, and he found her in a snowbank in her nightgown. So he saved her life. So not only does this van provide good nutrition, it saves lives. There are so many of our employees, and many of them are here today, that go way beyond what we certainly pay them for. And it's because they have love of people and community. And certainly what you've shown is just an extension of that, all the work that you put in to getting this van. And I have to say thank you very much, and I'm honored to work for this program. So thank you very much.
I think also at this time, could we have all of our Meals on Wheels volunteers? Could you just take a step forward so we could recognize you?
Employees.
If you're a Meals on Wheels volunteer.
All right, Della, how about paid employees?
And employees.
Employees also, yes.
Go forward.
Go up and stand right up here.
You're fine, thank you. The success of our program depends upon you folks, and we thank you for the work that you do. Nearly a year ago, agency leadership scheduled a meeting with Steve Pelletier to explain our services and our need for a new van for the nutrition program here in the St. John Valley. Our current van was over 12 years old and had 250,000 miles on it. We had received a small grant from a Maine foundation, and we're hoping that Steve may be able to provide guidance and support to us as we figured out a creative funding mechanism to pay the remaining cost of a van. From that first meeting since, Steve and the entire Pelletier Motors family has been totally supportive. They not only pledged their own support, they helped rally the entire St. John Valley business community to follow their lead. And you can see the results of their work. The support shown by the community has been spectacular. Daigle Oil Company quickly came aboard as our fuel sponsor, and Pleuard, Morneau, and Dubé joined as a major donor. Many others followed. A total of 26 businesses and individuals from the St. John Valley have contributed nearly $25,000 to make this van a reality. This type of community support is truly amazing. It speaks not only to the fact that the community understands the true need of neighborhood, but also that the community is committed to taking care of one another. Aren't we fortunate to live in a community like Aroostook County? So, on behalf of all those served by our agency and nutrition services, I would like to thank Pelletier Motors for leading the community effort and all who have contributed to bring this beautiful new van to the valley to serve our friends and neighbors. Thank you very much.
That way you won't get arrested when he leaves.
Right.
And the final touches on the donation of this van from Pelletier Ford and other sponsors to the Meals on Wheels program. The license plate now on the vehicle.
You don't need them in far because they're going to change the plate. So.
And now, from the showroom to Main Street, the new Pelletier Ford Transit van begins its service to the people of the St. John Valley in Aroostook County. On behalf of the Aroostook Agency on Aging and all the people in the St. John Valley, a heartfelt thank you goes out to Steve Pelletier, all the employees of Pelletier Ford, and to the other businesses and individuals who contributed to the purchase of this van. Thank you.